Hello, and a very warm welcome to this Onepoint Oneness session. My name is Els, and for those of you who join us for the first time, let me give you a little bit of a background. A number of us working for Onepoint Consulting or meditating on a regular basis. The meditation we practice is called Raja Yoga. It's the yoga of the mind. We started this project, Onepoint Oneness, as we felt it was important to share some of these meditation practices and ideas with a wider audience. The project started in May 2020, which was in the middle of the pandemic, lockdown, COVID time. This was a period marked by serious concerns about people's health, including issues such as depression and anxiety, fear, stress, and uncertainty. These half-hour oneness sessions are facilitated by experienced meditators from different backgrounds and from around the world. The sessions involve discussing topics such as the power of the mind, the importance of resilience, or learn how to meditate, and they include a brief meditation exercise. So far, we have had more than 120 guest speakers who have contributed to this project, and we hope that many individuals will take benefit. All the sessions have been recorded and they are available on YouTube. Today, I'm very pleased to welcome Maria Pagkalou, who joins us from Greece. Maria was born in Greece and she is based in Athens. She is an Olympian in rhythmic gymnastics and she works as an architect. She studied in London, where she obtained her master's computer imaging in architecture. Maria has been teaching and practicing Raja Yoga meditation for many years. She has been a core member of the International Youth Forum for many years, coordinating activities for young people, not only in Greece, but around the world. Maria is currently a member of the National Coordinating Team, overseeing all the activities of the meditation centers in Greece. Her main interest is spirituality and how practices such as silence and love for the divine can make our lives full of meaning. The topic for today is build resilience and thrive in life. So very warm welcome to you, Maria.
Hello, and thank you for the very warm invitation. It's really my honor to be with you. So building resilience and thrive in life. It's interesting how we need to build things and how things other times are built up. So it's our choice really, isn't it? What to build and what to leave, what to let go and allow ourselves to be more free. In fact, to allow the minds to be more free and more powerful. One of the recent realizations I had was that I need to put boundaries in the mind in order for the mind to rise up above any situation and to have the strength to connect, to concentrate with higher energies, not with low-level frequencies of the mundane life. So in the same way, like the muscles work in sports, the mind and also another function of the soul, of the self, of the conscious will, is able to cooperate with the mind and really select what's appropriate, to really select what is accurate, to really select what is good for the appropriate time. And humanity goes through a difficult phase, I believe, at all levels. There is, of course, always hope, but there is a need also from the nature for our cooperation. We see more and more things are around holistic approaches. And also the very word thrive is something that humanity is really thirsty for. And so how to thrive, how to create something in the self that's similar to what the very nature serves. How to give our best to our family, to the people around us, to people that are completely strange to us, and to people that we will never even meet in our lives. I believe this is something quite hopeful, something important to bear in mind. And in architecture, we know that in order to serve, you need to build something with strong foundations. Similarly, in every act, in anything that is creating a body, in everything that we plan or think or structure or really execute in our lives, there has to be some alignment. There has to be some coherence between our thoughts, words, and actions. Otherwise, we can't be really very reliable, or we can't be trusted for long. So it's up to us to really see, first of all, to tell how to move in our lives, and then to see and discern what are the best steps. So one of another term that is used, it's like a sixth sense in sports. It's the kinesthetic aspect, and a synonymous of that that's used is propriosity. It's the ability to feel the space and to feel the body and how the body moves in the space. For example, I may have my eyes shut, and I may try to touch my nose with my finger, and that's the sense, like the sixth sense that I'm using for the body to express itself, to move in space, and also to achieve some goal. It's important to know the body, to listen to the body, they say. And it's also important to know how to position the body in anything I do in the society. And if we take this into an inner level, we can really, I believe, and I have experience, we can really control the mind, and not in a harsh way or a rigid way, but in a soft way. In this way, we can cooperate, and in this way, we can also take any chance that's given, even challenges, and transform them into something positive. That's actually the turning point. That's the game changer. And there is when I no longer try to survive, but resilience becomes something tangible. Then resilience is not something only for me to remember that I can bounce back, but in fact I can return, bounce back, and then also elevate the self. And that, I would say, it's like bouncing up, because our original nature, the nature of the spirit, is not just of this physical dimension and this physical body. The actual nature, the very nature, innate nature of the soul is peace. And from that peace and from that connection, even with the highest power, I can energize the self. I can empower the self rather than simply relaxing the self or returning to the energy I had when I started the day. And then it's when I can start to be more creative with what I can do in this inner world. So building resilience, of course, for something to be built, we need the plan, we need the thoughts, we need to generate feelings as well. We need to reach out to the appropriate people, but also we need the material. We cannot build a house. We can create the drawings, but we cannot build a house without the budget, without material. And of course, before that, we need to assign the job to different teams. Similarly, in the self, we have all these powerful resources of the spirit, and we can really make beautiful things thrive. We can create the correct environment for beautiful things to manifest. So it's like having a laboratory. And so whenever there are things like obstacles, or if we even name them problems, there's really nothing very realistic to worry about. There may be something realistic, but not so. Things cannot be so serious when we have the stock of energy to face the situation. And so, few things to consider is, of course, to be mindful in advance. Every day, we deserve to have some moments of silence, some moments to reflect, and some moments to create the right atmosphere to be really in our dignity. We need to create decisive thoughts about how I want to feel today. Of course, there will be moments when we won't be feeling fantastic, but when we stop again and again and we reflect on how we really wish to feel, then sooner or later, things take their right place and things start to make sense. So, for example, wisdom is a speciality. Wisdom is something that is very powerfully linked to silence. It's not always so easy to enter silence when life is hectic. But when I use wisdom to reflect, then I can be reaching a silent place faster. And that's also like an exercise. There I will know where I am at, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and then I will know how to boost the self. And so in the same way, we look after a plant and we need to water the soil, we need to create the right atmosphere, we need the daylight to be reaching the leaves. In the same way, we need to have this treat. We need to treat the self, we need to treat the mind, and really sometimes even pamper it because it's very vital. Like in the same way it's vital for the plant, in the same way it's vital for the spirit to be fresh and not to get stuck here and there, not to allow insects of negativity or wastage to reach the fresh part and damage the potential. The potential is something that's good to be considered because we need to know where we are at and we need to maximize it. Now, this is something that we can do with silence. And when we want also to bounce back and bounce up, it's important to remember that even things that come to us can bounce back. We don't have to hit our head and then look after our traumas, but it's important to be strong and flexible to avoid situation. And we need to be very stable and very very dignified, so that things that come in us, they are not penetrating the core of our being. So when things come to us, we can avoid them. When things come to us, we can say no thank you and cooperate with other energies. So be it people, be it situations, things come, things go, and nothing stays eventually. So the element of worry, it's often an illusion. It's an illusion that can tell us we didn't give enough time to plan. It's an illusion that gives us a signal that perhaps we didn't pay a lot of attention to people, or we didn't look after our energies. And there is always some balance that's important to have in mind or to restore. For example, I cannot be only generous in everything and with everyone. I need to balance that virtue with economy. And it's like acrobatics sometimes. So we need to have the two. We need to have both. In the same way, in meetings with people, when I wish to cooperate, I need to be friendly, but I also need to be quite focused in the collective aim. And I cannot then leave someone aside. We cannot feel the self. We cannot bear to feel the self marginalized. And in the same way, we owe to be open, and we owe to nurture relationships, because it is relationships that build resilience, and it is relationships that also create the right atmosphere for the task to be accomplished. It is based on good relationships that a project can thrive and be beyond the antagonism that different opinions, the many opinions of the world bring us down. So silence is something that assists my resilience. I can always return in silence, and I can always be in a space where I keep a sacred corner of my heart dedicated in silent moments. And silence can be really very fast. Silence is something I can return in even fractions of seconds. And it is something that's the stepping stone for the next moment of silence. So when we have a ladder, each step should be there. I cannot miss a step. I may miss my life if I miss a step and fall from a high point. So it's quite important to bear in mind that things need to be taken one step at a time. So another important point is to evaluate the self and know that everything is a lesson, to know that I can learn from any situation. This will keep the virtue of humility quite in the picture of my life. And then this is what will also attract the attention and cooperation from others. So in different ways, we can see how we can build resilience, and we can also start plan and let go. We can see it's something important, because no one can be victorious all the time. And victory lies in the learning we get from failures as well. So when we have humility, it is bound, we will bounce back. And when we also bounce up and receive power and more sacred moments and divine love, it's then when we can really encourage the self to wait and see. Sometimes people don't thrive because they don't have the patience to see what's next, to see the transformative energy of time. And so, like the plants flourish and thrive, sometimes the difficult situation become the manure that's transformed into beautiful flowers and beautiful fragrance. And so just the fact of faith, when faith becomes a fact and we are there concentrated and we believe and we try to get this secret message that life is giving us, then definitely sooner or later, even if something that's not how it was meant to be, it was how it was planned, then definitely if we wait a little bit, we can see our efforts to bear fruits and really keep us close to the end and keep us flexible to learn and reach to our destination. And so now we can practice going in and going up. In a few moments, we can just concentrate in the beauty of the self. And as I breathe in and out, I just let things be. I feel still, peaceful, I feel relaxed. And as I breathe in and out, I feel the body more relaxed, less tensed. And with its own weight, energies are smooth. And I feel it more soft. I direct my attention to the mind. The mind is still. And I appreciate its function. I create the determined thought to keep the mind peaceful. I value the power of the mind. As are my thoughts, so is my consciousness. The more I deepen into silence, the more I value mind. It's the mind that helps me to stay unaffected when things go to a direction I didn't expect. No matter what happened, the power of the mind can keep the soul protected. The soul, the self, the original spirit is also the guide of the mind. This partnership creates resilience and the ability to connect with the divine, with the supreme source of all the powers. Peace, silence, and love nurture my spirit. They offer warmth to the soul, and the heart opens and embraces any situation. Knowing that I can find the hidden message of what to improve and what to let go. I return in the field of action. And have a new vision for the self. I keep the aim to thrive. And resilience will always be there to assist my every step. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria, for this beautiful session. You talked about the power of silence, and I could really feel that silence while you were conducting that meditation. So I agree with you that that is a very important element in our busy lives. And I also liked how you talked about we can really learn how to control the mind and going from an attitude of surviving to actually an attitude of thriving in life. And then also to build that resilience so that we can deal with the challenges that are coming our way. So thank you so much for that, Maria. Thanks everyone for joining us today. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you to the technical team, and I hope you all have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Maria. Bye.
Bye.